What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Q&A video. This has been a long time coming. The 2K Q&A comes a day after we hit 3K. That's kind of odd, but it is what it is. I'm sorry it took so long to get this out to you. So we're going to, without further ado, try to run through as many questions as you guys have asked. Try to piece it all together so you guys can learn just a little bit more about me. Mags FIFA says, when will the ABL start? Well, we had that going for a while, and unfortunately it's on hiatus right now. Not enough support, too much time to take and make happen. Zach Hobart asks, where were you when the idea of FGFL came into your thought process? For those who don't know, FGFL is a Madden 20 sim league that I do run on Twitch and through Discord, where followers and subscribers can coach teams or become players on teams and get involved. So if you want to join that, there will be a link in the description to be able to join that. But I was actually in the back seat of my family minivan at the time, thinking of just things that I could do and writing in my little notebook, and I kind of just dreamt up the idea that would hopefully bring togetherness to the community, and in a lot of ways it has done that. Walter White says, what has been your favorite series to record and or play? If you would have asked me this a couple of years ago, it probably would have been Villanova, but right now I would probably say the Tigers has been my favorite. Favorite rapper and why are they my favorite? I'm gonna say Eminem just because I've liked him the longest, and I'm not really a huge fan of rap. He's probably the only one that I've probably listened to every album from. Who's your favorite non-video game related YouTuber? There's a couple guys that I watch in the rock music reviewing community. ARTV and Rocked are two guys that I watch a lot, and two movie critics that I watch a lot on YouTube. As many people might know, and some may not know, that way back in like 2007, 8, 9, I used to review movies on YouTube with my roommate. So I no longer do that. I've always wanted to get back into that, but I always watch Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns are two guys I definitely watch. One serious question, when will you do another vlog? Vida Productions, the simple answer to that is when I get to go somewhere fun. I haven't really been anywhere exciting in a year and a half, 2 years, so there hasn't really been a reason to do a vlog. Can I get a sub for sub? No. If you could be a pro in any sport, what sport would you be a pro in? Golf. It's what I'm pretty much the best at. If you could be one professional athlete, who would it be? This is going to sound weird and grim, but and sort of dark in certain ways, but right now, with my current lifestyle and being recently divorced, I would say Tiger Woods, because I like that single lifestyle right now. Also, what are your future goals? Like, what milestones do you wish to hit and what time? I've never thought of YouTube that way. I've never had, like, goals. That's why I usually don't even set like goals. At the beginning of the videos, I say, can we get to 50 likes? But, like, I don't do, like, we need 1,000 likes and I'll put the next episode out. I kind of just stick on my schedule. I do what it is that I do. I'm a very scheduled person. I don't like spontaneity. So I don't really make plans as far as when I need to hit certain I don't make deadlines for myself. I just never have. But it'd be nice to hit 10K subs by the end of the year, I guess. I don't know. Whose content on YouTube has inspired, molded your content into what it is? It's easy to say that in the beginning. The whole reason why I even started YouTube is Arios, Moonlight Swami, and Mr. Hurricane, and Good Game Bro. Those are four guys that I was watching pretty consistently, and the reason why I'm on the platform at all. I have taken and adopted things from friends like GG9 and Param Crow and and things like that nature to try to mold my content even more as I've started. Favorite series to play, player to use of all time. Well, I've already answered the series to play, so let's go with player to use of all time on YouTube. I'd have to say Malik Dupree is still the most nostalgic and fun for me. Running back of Villanova. If you haven't checked that series out, go ahead and check it out. It's a little cringy at this point because I've gotten way better since then, but still fun. Classic, if you could bring 3 things on an island, what would they be? What would they be? I'm going to go with a raft, a case of Corona beer, and a flare. Reasoning for that is I'm going to lay out on the beach, finish that case of Corona beer, get in the raft, try to get back to the mainland, and if I fail, I will shoot the flare to get help. What has been your favorite year on YouTube? It's got to either be 2017 or this year. 2017 was fun, you know, the initial growth of the channel and getting some of the OGs that we have today. But 2020 has taught me who's going to stay, and we have still a lot of those OGs, and some of them aren't around anymore. But the ones that have stayed have showed me their true colors, and the ones that haven't have showed me their true colors. But it's cool to have built the community and see where it's at today. If you could pick one thing to add to Madden, what would it be? Well, considering as how a lot of the things I want to see in Madden would have to be changes from what currently is in there, the only thing I could say that I want to see added to it is a coaching carousel, because that has never been in it. Are you going to do a road to the show again ever? I started one this year. It really didn't get support, and it took a lot of work to come up with the storylines, so I stopped it, unfortunately. Road to the shows just don't get a lot of traction on my channel. When can I expect to see a rebuild of all 4 Detroit teams? At some point in my 30-year YouTube career. I don't know. What are your top 3 sports moments that you've witnessed in your lifetime? 28-3 has to be one of them. LeBron coming back in the finals down 3-1 has to be another one, I think. And you know what? I'm going to have to go with the Miami Miracle, because that shit was amazing. Why did you become a Dolphins fan? Okay, so I'm going to branch this question into multiple parts, just so all of the new people get kind of a grasp of where I'm coming from. So, I live in New Jersey, and I am a Knicks and Rangers fan for NBA and hockey, respectively. That makes sense. Jersey, New York, it's right there. You know, the only real Jersey team now is the Devils, both in name and arena. But the Devils just... The reason why I'm a Knicks and Rangers fan is because the very first arena I ever set foot in was Madison Square Garden. It was ironically for a circus, but I loved the venue. As a 5-year-old, I was amazed, and I saw all the Knicks and Rangers stuff hanging, and I just kind of stuck with it. You know, at 5 years old, you think that's the only team in the world, and it always was to me. I'm also a Cleveland Indians fan, and the reasoning behind that is because I had lived for years and years, for about 12 years, being torn between Yankees and Mets. Mets being my parents, Yankees being my grandparents, and they were trying to push and pull me in every which direction, so I went with the Indians to be different, and I picked the coolest logo at the time. I'm a little pissed that Wahoo has been shunned by them, but it is what it is. And then finally, the Dolphins. The Dolphins was my very first favorite team. I was probably 4 years old, or maybe just turning 5, when the fake spike game was on. That was the very first football game I'd ever seen. I saw it with my father, and I hated the Jets' uniforms from the very start. Hated their helmet. Thought there should have been an airplane on it. My dad told me, hey, you're going to have some trouble because they're winning. And Dan Marino did this fake spike. Dolphins win the game. I stuck with him and the Dolphins forever. Husker says, what are your 3 favorite series you've done in terms of enjoyment on your end and how fun it was for you to record, play, edit, not necessarily performance-wise, in order and why? All right, so we're going to go with number 1 being the Seattle Mariners franchise. That was the funnest for me to record and edit and play. I loved playing the Mariners franchise. Sucked that my thumbnails were bad back then and didn't get the traction, but if you guys want to see something sort of similar to the Detroit Tiger franchise and you want to check out my MLB The Show 19 Seattle Mariner franchise, that's on the channel as well. I'll link the playlist in the description as well. Number 2, probably the Redskins franchise. That's definitely the best Madden franchise and most fun I've had playing Madden on the channel. So that's up there. Maybe tied with the Brooklyn Beats, but the Brooklyn Beats didn't go as long as I would have liked it to have gone. And then number 3, Villanova. I mean, I loved playing Villanova. I loved recording Villanova. It's just, to me, I feel like I'm better than Villanova at this point. I have kind of surpassed that level of content as far as it makes me cringe today if I go and watch it. RSV says, what is one of your favorite moments that you've shared with your subscribers? Maybe the countless raids that come in during streams, especially over on Twitch. I mean, that's been incredible. The Austin Eckler raid was a huge one. The Mills raid was big. Even over on YouTube, the Mighty Goat raid, we got Hobie from that raid, so we love it. You know, a lot of the raids are always memorable, and of course, a lot of the FGFL moments have always been memorable as well. What's your favorite memory that took place during a YouTube live stream? I plead the 5th. How would you describe your YouTube style? I don't know. I'm just all franchise all the time. I don't know what kind of style. I don't know. You guys would be better at describing what I am than I would, to be honest with you, of who you remind me of. Probably like a more fun, less ultra-realistic Swami or Kane, maybe, I guess. I don't really know. Who's the most famous person you've met? Well, I've met a lot of lead singers of a lot of different bands, including Shinedown and Stained and just a lot of different lead singers of bands. And I don't really know what to say as far as athlete, though. I mean, I guess Ken Griffey Jr., but I don't really remember it. So that kind of sucks. Who, if anyone, do you try to model yourself after on YouTube? I kind of answered this, you know. I kind of go for like that Kane Swami, but more concise and fun videos than the 25-minute ones. Not that what Kane and Swami do is bad at all. It works for them, but I try to keep mine a little bit tighter and more action-packed. Who are some of your biggest inspirations? We went over that for sure. If you could only pick one for the rest of your life, would you pull for the Indians or the Rangers? Rangers. Hockey's probably my second favorite sport behind football. I just, I can't get a good series going on it, unfortunately. What's your personal favorite series you've ever run? We kind of went over that. Kind of answered Mariners. Do you have a favorite game that you play that's not posted to YouTube? Pokemon series and the Lego series of games. I love all the Lego games that have come out. They're fun. They're funny, and the Pokemon games have always been some of my favorites. I like the South Park games as well, but I've never beaten one. Fun fact. Why is Kaz so petty? Why is this question on my board here? What is your favorite video series you've ever posted? Well, we've gone over that at least twice. What is the most fun you've ever had making? We went over that a bunch of times. What's your favorite experience that you have had at any sporting event? Well, that would have to be 2008 Dolphins-Jets Week 17. Chad Pennington for the Dolphins going up against Brett Favre for the Jets. I called the pick six by Brett Favre. All the high fives going on. Being a fan of the away team, it was a blast. One of the greatest moments of my sporting life, and I'll never forget it. Best concert you've ever been to? It's easy to remember the first one, especially since Jacoby Shaddix, lead singer of Poppy Roach, gave me a high five while running down the aisles. So that one's easy to remember. I also touched Jared Leto's hand at a fucking, what the hell was it? Wow, why am I blanking? 30 Seconds to Mars Linkin Park concert. That I'll never forget, the Linkin Park show there. That was awesome as well. What's been the most rewarding part of your time on YouTube? The community I've built, man. Honestly, just being able to go into Discord and have like 30 people to talk to at any given time during the day has just been a blessing. And hopefully that number just continues to grow. If you do want to join the Discord and you're not in it, link will be in the description. What's the biggest challenge in maintaining the channel and being able to consistently upload? Honestly, the main answer to that would be time constraint. There's only so many hours in a day, and I wish I could do so much more every day. I absolutely work from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep when I'm not working a real job. With the exception of pissing, shitting, and eating. I literally do. Like, I grind hard at this to try to pump out videos every day and try to get as ahead as I can to be able to stream as often as I can too, because I am trying to do YouTube and Twitch, so it's a both thing. It's a package deal, and I try to do everything, man. And sometimes you just can't, you know? There's just not a lot of time. And honestly, that's the biggest thing to me, is I wish there were 36 hours in a day. What got you into sports at a younger age? Well, my dad was always into them, so that kind of helps, you know? And as an only child until I was 5.5, all my early age was spent with my dad. And I remember my mom saying that basically the year I was born was 88, and that's when Super Mario Bros. 3 came out, and my dad sat all day with me on his lap and beat the game in a day, only coming out to eat dinner. So I guess I was always destined to be a gamer, but I only always played Madden, and I always played that with my dad. So that was always something that we did, and my mom hated it because we would get loud in the dining room, which is where we would have the game set up. Madden 03, 02, 03, 04, and 05 were like our big years of Maddening. Like, and we just went crazy with those games and pissed our mom off. She threatened to pull the plug at least 12 times a day. Why did you want to get into YouTube? Well, this is what I originally thought, Husker, is I was gonna play the games anyway. And I play the franchises the way I play the franchises. Nobody on YouTube really plays them the way that I do, because you have the guys that go ultra realistic, and then you have the guys that go super silly. There's not a lot of in between, and I try to be in between. I've always been in between. I don't like making crazy moves like we're going to trade for a bunch of 90 overall players, but I also don't like being so stuffy as to say, oh, you can only have 7 draft picks. No. I like to sometimes have 2 first rounders or 3 first rounders, or fuck, we've had 4 first rounders. Fine by me, but we're going to draft our guys. We're going to bring our guys in, and we're going to build the best damn team we possibly can. And I think I've done that with Redskins, and it's made me extremely proud. And that's why Redskins is like number 2 on my list. Mariners, I just love the storyline so much with that series. And a lot of the players that we brought up through the grapevine, and a lot of the younger guys that came in and contributed and weren't even really that good on paper. They just contributed. So, honestly, just being able to share my stories and post something that I'm going to play anyways and see if other people like it, and the response has been good. And now I have bigger goals. What keeps you motivated to do YouTube and streams? You guys. Literally you guys. Nothing else. I mean, it's not like I'm making money. I'm monetized, but I am not making enough money to support myself. I'm making, basically, if I was to count up everything that I have done and all the hours that I have worked, it's like working in a sweatshop, honestly. Because the hours that I put into this are absolutely ridiculous for what I get back. So honestly, the motivation is you guys. You guys telling me that I'm good at it. You guys telling me that you want more. You guys telling me that you will be there if I post videos. You guys being here for a video like this is what keeps me motivated for YouTube and streams. Just you guys being there to hang. Alright, so that is all for the community post that I made, question-wise. Let's go into the Discord now and see what we got here. There's a few questions here in the Discord. I gave them a limited time yesterday before I started making this video. Favorite Jet of all time? He's asking this because he knows I'm a Dolphin fan and I don't really like the Jets at all. But we're going to go with quarterback Chad Pennington because he eventually came to our team and whooped his old team's ass. Awesome choice, right? Then we have favorite song by a band other than RHCP. For those who don't know, that's Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't mean favorite by the band, but favorite in general that was by a band other than them. All right, so for those that don't know, my favorite song of all time is Other Side by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So, he wants to know what my favorite song by a band other than Red Hot Chili Peppers would be. So, the answer to that question would be One by Metallica. Why do you do YouTube? Well, kind of answered that a couple of different times, but, you know, to build a community of like-minded individuals that want to share a common goal, you know? Like I said, we can build a winner together. Like, you guys have some say. You guys put some suggestions in at the live streams, at the off-season live streams. You guys basically help build the team, and we work from there. So, just doing things together, you know? A community. If you could play any sports game on any console, what would it be? Well, I can play any sports game on any console except Dreamcast. So, I mean, I guess NFL 2K5 or Madden 03 are my two favorite football games. Baseball, probably Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball for the N64, or MVP 05, which I had for GameCube, oddly enough. Hockey, I think the most fun I had in hockey was NHL 04, I think, maybe, was it? I don't know, I had it for GameCube. That's all I can remember. And then, let's see, what am I missing? I'm missing basketball. Shit. I don't really know. Probably whatever 2K had Michael Jordan, the Michael Jordan stuff in it. That was the one I played the longest, I can tell you that much. But I don't remember what year it was. 2K12 maybe? Something like that. Riggs says, your favorite rock song of all time? Well, if we're counting Red Hot Chili Peppers as a funk band or pop band, I would say they're funk rock, but if we're counting Metallica as obviously metal, my third favorite song would be Gone Away by The Offspring, but that's more of a punk band. So, favorite rock song. It's going to be a tough one, and I'm going to give you 3 because I really don't know. I know my top 3 favorite songs. I don't know what I would do after that. So it's probably between Sound of Madness by Shinedown, Polyamorous by Breaking Benjamin, and Never Too Late by 3 Days Grace. Those are probably 3 right there. Okay, for real this time, who is your biggest inspirations to go into YouTube and Twitch, and who do you kind of look up to now that you're in the game? Well, we went kind of over that. First, my inspiration for Twitch was, I don't know, like I didn't really take that from anybody. I kind of dabbled in Twitch in 2017-18. Didn't really like it. My fan base didn't really like it, so I put it down for a while, but picked it up at the end of last year, and it's been going well over there. It's a much better platform than it was years ago, and I didn't really take that from anyone. I kind of did that myself. So, but the inspirations to go into YouTube, we went over that. Mr. Hurricane, Moonlight Swami, GGB, Arios, a little bit of Param. But now that I'm in the game, the guys that I most look up to, obviously Arios dropped out of the game. Moonlight Swami has quit a couple times. He's kind of back now. But you have Mr. Hurricane, still a guy to look up to. GGB, still a guy to look up to. Param, still a guy that I look up to and constantly talk to. He's become a good friend on the platform as well to me. Having raided me so many times, we talk often enough. But now, you know, guys like GG9 has become a good friend. Uncle Sam's Rejects become a good friend. TNJ is a guy I look up to. There's a lot of guys that have helped me along the way. M. Frisk has helped me. Blackjack has become a wonderful friend on Twitch. He makes some YouTube content. He's starting to get a little bit back into it. I really hope he does, but he's more of a Twitch streamer now, and I love the guy, man. Like, me and him have become really good friends. He helps out with the FGFL League, so for those of you who like Blackjack and Moonlight Swami and Mr. Hurricane's franchises with Blackjack's draft classes, definitely join the FGFL because he makes the draft classes for that, and that is amazing. It's been great having him. I appreciate him so much. Look up to him so much on Twitch and on any platform, really. Anywhere. You know, he's just become a good bud. What are your goals for this channel? Goal for the YouTube and Twitch by the end of 2020? I guess that's a good question to end off on. If I have to set goals, like I said, I don't really like to, but if you're making me set a goal, I want to see 10K by the end of the year on YouTube. 10K subscribers on YouTube, and I want to see at least 1,000 follows on Twitch by the end of the year. We're almost 700 now, very close to it. So I'd like to see those numbers. We'll see if we can hit them. Guys, this has been the 2K Q&A. I know, we're at 3K now. There's going to be something special for 3K. So make sure you're following my Twitch. I am going to be doing a kind of drinking, little bit of a fundraising stream for myself as a congratulatory, celebratory day. Probably going to do a 6-hour stream on Saturday, this Saturday coming up. But it's going to be an opportunity. You guys are going to have an opportunity to make me drink. So I make sure you join the Discord for more details on that, and make sure you follow my Twitch if you want to become a part of that. Again, guys, I appreciate you so very, very, very much. Thank you for 2K, and now thank you for 3K. I appreciate you guys. Join the community, join the Discord, get a little closer to me and everybody else, all the other awesome sports fans in this community. And I will see you guys on the very next video. See you guys tomorrow with some Buffalo State Bengals. We can build a winner together. I feel to break somehow.